I'll come back to digital advertising regarding today's trash information landscape. This is in part because big media, like many others online, are currently incentivized by clicks and impressions. Information sources should be incentivized by providing the public with useful and unbiased information, primarily because extremism and anger get views, and views equal money. I have also seen a very disturbing relationship between pharma and tech regarding content and information, bigger than anyone knows. So there's no question
It's just
there.
a comment.
Yeah. Now he does have another down below. Looks like another comment. Ad agencies and pharma control the narrative in a way that very few people are even privy to. The ones that are primarily don't care, and the ones that do are afraid to or are often ethically prohibited from talking.
Yeah, I've increasingly wondered about the effect of NDAs on our ability to understand our own context.
Yeah.
You know, there's an
Yes.
awful lot of
Yes.
people constraining other people from saying stuff, and I'm not arguing that it isn't a necessary mechanism.
Yeah.
But I think it seems like it ought to be an exotic mechanism.
Yeah.
And that,
No, I agree. And just speaking very vaguely, I ended up signing an NDA a couple years ago now, year and a half ago, and it was restrictive in a way that I didn't exactly see coming. And I went back to the person who'd asked me to sign it and said, I really need to talk to so-and-so about this. And they said, oh, well, are they on your team? I said, I don't, do I have a team? Sure. I said, yeah, anyone on your team you can talk to. And I thought, okay, thank you. All I need to do is make you on my team in order to talk to you about this. But that felt like, this was frankly an actually kind of good faith environment in which this person was saying to me, like, you're allowed to do this as long as you vetted the person, even though that wasn't kind of written into the thing. But I did start thinking exactly about, like, well, gosh, no one expects that I've been bound by something over here.
Yeah.
And how many people are bound by how many of these things?
Well, imagine the following question. How much of the phony consensus mechanism has to do with NDAs?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, and that's like ethically bound, right? That's what the question, the comment said, like, will not because they're compromised, or ethically bound not to. And the ethically bound is, well, I signed a thing and it's my word, right?
Right.
It's a modern, it's a sort of legal version of ethics.
Well, yeah, I think ethics as opposed to morals is about rules.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, we've seen so much phony consensus as the basis for those who depart from this are terrible people who deserve to be silenced or whatever.
Right.
And, that consensus is obviously not natural, but equally obviously NDA could be a component of it.
Yeah, no, I think so.
At a high level.
So the same person, and I already clicked those. I think this may have actually been written intermediately, but as long as we've just got 3 comments from the same person. With regard to ad tech, ad agencies, and pharma, to be more specific, ad tech, ad agencies, and pharma. Not quite how we think of pharma's relationship with direct information sources, but every bit as impactful, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Could China's draconian response be explained by their firsthand knowledge of the work at the lab and subsequently to potential downstream impacts of the virus, making it quite valid, but ultimately futile? Is it possible to ever have dialogue with those involved directly?
Yeah, it's absolutely possible that they know something, although the futility of it raises the question of why, if it's not going to work, why do it? It is also possible that the draconian, it would be really good to know how much of what we saw was real, given how much of what we initially saw from China was phony.
Right.
So I assume that what we've seen recently was the real deal. And if it was, it's possible that it wasn't really about anybody being confused about whether they were going to control COVID with it, but that it was a matter of population control in light of potential unrest. In other words, the CCP has its own agenda, and using COVID as an excuse for lockdowns and punishing people and things might have nothing to do with controlling the spread of the virus, or it might